farmers, and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany. We are fertilizing the sugar beet field, and I'm starting to think I want some more sugar beet planted, but I have no place to put it. The reason behind that is I just found out the sugar plant is now completely out of sugar beet. So no more sugar, no more candy will be made until at least this field is harvested later on this season. A few other things I've been kind of doing and checking on. The vineyard, well, the vineyard is pretty much all set. I got everything pruned. I think I did put a text in last episode. I was saying I was having trouble, but right after I got done recording, I just tried something, and the pruning courseplay worked just fine. Someone did actually comment, though, about try to set up courseplay for both implements at the same time. That could kind of work, but I think the problem there would be, like, the pruner needs to work on the vines and the plow needs to work between the vines. So that can get kind of confusing, but we'll fine tune it as we go along. But for now, it's all set to go. All the vines have been pruned, so we're going to wait another month until those grow. And then we'll fertilize and probably mulch at some point. I don't know when that's going to be. Let's see, what else have I done? Oh yeah, I did a little bit of testing on my test map. And looking at the big BGA for $1 million, I think I'm going to bypass on that. Unless this small BGA up here at the main farm can do everything just fine. Basically, the only extra thing I can bring down to the big BGA is the pomace from the grapes. And really, am I going to buy the BGA for $1 million just to make a few extra coin on making pomace into electricity and methane and digestate? Doesn't seem financially sound to do that, even though I have spent almost $10 million, or I probably actually have spent $10 million because we have sold some products. So yeah, the big BGA, that is going to be put on the far back burner, meaning that may not even happen. Let's see, so the only thing we got to do today, other than fertilize the sugar beet field, which we are done with, we're going to plant some red beet in the small field right next to us. And we are ready to do that right now. After I get the fertilize, there we go. Turn off. Let me make sure I put this back on widespread, so next time I do a job, I won't get confused. Like, why isn't that spreading as wide as it used to? Let's get into our challenger, the anaconda. We are set to plant some red beet into here, and then, like I said, after we do this, I think we're all set for the month of April. Rain is on the way, but that's fine for what we're doing. I don't think it's going to rain until about noontime. I thought the grass field would be ready. Now, technically, it is ready to be harvested, but it's not at the full height for grass. So, going to wait another month on that. Lower this down. As we know, this is not going to take us long to plant in the red beet. And then next month, of course, we'll have to fertilize this field, fertilize the sunflower field, cut the grass. I think with the grass, we're going to bring one trailer of grass and make silage out of it so we can make some more TMR for the cows. The cows are going to require a lot of TMR or hay, but we're going to try to feed them some TMR because we got the factory to do so from the candy production. And then the other trailer is going to be made into hay for the sheep or the cows, depending on how they need it. The sheep don't require that much feed, the cows do. And of course the cows are going to give us some milk along the way, along with slurry and manure once we get some straw made. And the slurry and manure are going to be put into the small BGA at the farm itself. So I think we're pretty much all caught up. Yeah, I probably also need to put down a shed over here for the cotton harvester. And I want to make sure I leave myself enough room for a silo just in case we have too much crop that can't go into the production buildings. And then, yeah, we have someplace to put the extra crop. Let's see, anything else we need to go over right away? No, I think that covers pretty much everything that I can currently think of. So now we're on the mode of just basically, we got to start making some money. But, you know, that's true in any simulator game that you go on here, or whatever farm you're on. But I have spent $10 million. I can't borrow anymore, so we are there. Yeah, these olives are kind of in the way. Yeah, I kind of need to figure out in the future when I do buy more land, which we will, how I want to configure this over here. Do I want to do olives over here? Probably not. If I do olives, it'll be over by the vineyard because that's where like a lot of our pruning equipment and the equipment that we're going to be used for the, you know, the grapes are over there. So some of the olives we can use the same equipment. So we'll probably put some olives over there. Not going to even touch the trees with the umbrella. I did that on No Man's Land a couple years ago. Didn't quite like it, and from what I've seen a couple of comments on that, it sounds like it's pretty much the same, which is fine because it's working as intended. It's just a lot of work you got to put into for very little. Some can say the same about the grapes, but the grapes aren't as bad as the olive tree shaker system, at least in my opinion. But yeah, we might do some olives in the distant future. Right now, we just got to get a lot of our productions up and going again so we can bring in some cash and slowly pay off this loan that we have. As for buying more things, the only thing I really need to buy is a sunflower header or corn header. Part of me just wants to buy the sunflower header because I never just bought the base sunflower header. I always say, well, what if I ever want to do corn? So I end up buying the corn / sunflower header and never just getting a sunflower header by itself. I do think the sunflower header, though, by itself may harvest at a faster speed. So maybe we'll look into that. Yeah, corn, I really don't think we have a need for corn here on this farm. Because we're not going to have pigs or anything like that. And I don't think I'm making any production buildings with corns or anything. So I don't think, yeah, corn, is this something I don't think we're going to need. More fields, though. I didn't think I was going to have this many fields, but here I am thinking we need more fields. Yeah, we got to keep that candy shop going. Just trying to, I'm kind of hoping that sugar beet field does very well. Actually, I can compare last year's sugar beet field to the one we have to see if we're going to get more out of it. I think they're going to be roughly the same size. All right, just like that, we are done planting. I think that's all of our fields done. Let me just double check on that. But while we're here, let's go to farmland. If I click on this land right here, that's right, I don't have precision farming, so I can't really see exactly how big the field is. That's not going to tell me anything. Well, the value is 140, and this is worth 182. So it almost tells me that field number 7 is probably bigger than field number 11. So I may get actually less sugar beet off of it. Possibly. That could be the case. That field was actually in pretty darn good shape last season. So yeah, it's not like I'm going to lose or gain yield on the field from last year. Now, technically, the sugar beet is in the first growth stage, but I don't want to get in a habit of driving across the crop, because if I get in that habit, when the crop is mature enough, I'll destroy it by driving over it. So I'll just drive all the way around, bring this back to the farm. Gotta top it off with some liquid fertilizer anyways. But yeah, we are done planting this year. Can I go through those hedges? I can. All right, turn around. And yeah, I'll actually go on the path where the small little road is. Watch out for our wheat. And this will get parked next to the root crop harvester. Yeah, so the only other expense I got this year, I think, is going to be a sunflower header or corn sunflower header. But part of me says, let's get the sunflower header. Because this series is about doing things that we don't normally use or try. So I think a sunflower header is what is in store for us. So at least we got this shed here to park all the big equipment into. But there's some things that won't fit in here, like our plow. That did not fit in here. The plow was too wide to fit between these beams. And I think the cotton harvester is going to be too big as well. And you know what, Challenger? I think you can park right in here as well. Alright, there we go. Do I need to repair this? I kind of forgot what stage it's in. 6 months to damage. Yes, let's go ahead and we'll get this fixed up for the year. I don't know where that actually has to be. There we are. Alright, so Control J. We'll start inspection. It'll be completed at 11:50. Start anyway. Yes, I'm not using it today, so let's go ahead and we'll start the inspection. The inspection may find... You may see, oh, never mind, I changed it, but I did say it had like 1 damage. The inspection may find more damage by doing the inspection. By the way, this is the realistic damage system mod. Link should be in the description below. I'm pretty sure it's just for PC only, by the way. Yeah, so the grass, we're just waiting on that. Oh yeah, let me just double check on the productions. I think there was something, I was turning some off. Oh yeah, the greenhouses. Now, since the candy shop isn't going, do I really need to get these up and going? Probably not. So we'll just leave them be. I turned everything else off because everything's pretty much empty. We still got some carrots being processed into jars, so we'll just leave that be. So I think we're all set. Double checking everything. Oh yeah, I think the animals are going to be fine. Let's see, they got 40,000 liters. They use about 10,000 liters per day, so they're good. They're good on water. Oh, we got 12,000 liters of milk already. That's pretty good. And the sheep, 1,000 daily, and they got 17,000 liters in there. They're almost good for a year, but of course, as they reproduce and more join in, well, then the food's going to go through just a little bit quicker. The main yard is kind of looking a little bit messy. Do I have a front end loader, or do I just have the telehandler? I think I just have the telehandler to move that stuff around. This is solid fertilizer? Yeah, that's solid fertilizer. I'll have to bring the New Holland up here and get rid of those, or use them up, in other words. Yeah, let's go to the month of May. He did it. Too late. We're going through. Time to cut the grass and do some more fertilizing work. Let's see if the weather is going to cooperate with us first thing in the morning. All right, looking good. The sun is out. All right. Well, corn is sunflower headers under corn headers or just regular headers? I have no idea. I think it's just gonna be corn headers, right? Yeah, these are all just plain old corn headers. Let's back up. If I go in here, yeah. So, what is the biggest header we got for sunflowers? The question is though, I won't be able to get it down the road. 12 meter wide, harvest at 9 miles an hour. That seems like not that much faster than a regular corn header, right? $6 miles an hour for the Capello. But we're looking at 121,000 compared to, well, 92,000. But like I said, I'll have to get like a trailer for this to tow around, and if I just get regular, I think I may end up just getting the Capello's header like always. I suppose once I get this back at the farm, I won't need a trailer. I'll have to put more thought on that until the harvest season comes. Let's scoot over back into the New Holland. Let's get the fertilizing done. Wait, the sugar beet field should be completely done, right? Just to be sure about that. Yes, that is all set. We don't roll and mulch, so that's where we're not getting up to 100%. We're at 95%. That's interesting how that got thrown in here, but that's fine. Well, if there's an artist out there, you can get kind of creative, I guess, with the planter and planting vegetables. Having the crop going different directions at certain angles. So we want to make sure all of our fields are in tip-top shape so we get more yield. More yield means more production to get done, which means more money. Oh yeah, I was like, let me turn on the map so I can really see well where I've been. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm going to do that quite often, I think. I'm so used to doing that on my all my Let's Plays because we do precision farming and you can do that. So if I get a bird's eye view, I can kind of see. So I'll just go down the middle somewhere. And we should be good to go on this field here. And then the sunflower field will need to be fertilized. It shouldn't take us too long to get that done either. Looks like May is going to be a fertilizing month because we'll have to take care of the vineyard as well. Now, I can barely see where we've been. I can actually narrow the working width a little bit so we don't use as much fertilizer. It's almost like getting an eagle eye view of it. Alright, put that back on wide working width, and then we'll just double check the page that tells it all. Fertilized, fertilized. Yep, sunflower field not fertilized. That's our canola field, grass field. And then if we come way over to here, our parsnip field that we planted is all set to go as well. We do got narrow tires on the New Holland, so I can drive across, even though I just said, don't drive across the field, get used to not doing that. Then 5 minutes later, there I am, driving across the field. Alright, sunflowers are next. Yeah, I don't think even if I turn the traffic off and bought the sunflower header, I'm not going to get down the road with 12-meter wide header, am I? Or whatever size header that was. So I'll probably have to get the header trailer for it. Header trailers aren't that expensive, says the farmer who has spent $10 million on the farm so far. Alright, 130. Are you going to have a problem going up the hill? You may have a little bit of a problem going up the hill. But this is what you were bought for. To keep the narrow tires on it and do some fertilizing work. Yeah, you're getting up the hill just fine. It's all good. And once again, we don't have weeds turned on or stones, but everything else is turned on. Periodic plowing, lime, fertilizing. Just figure we're going to have enough work to do. We don't need to be trying to take care of the weeds. And since I got to fertilize twice, which I normally don't do with precision farming, I'm like, well, I got to go around the field the second time anyway, so that's usually like when we spray for weeds, right? So, no weeds this time. So we're not actually going through that much fertilizer. So I'll be happy about that in the long run. Won't be using too much. And maybe at some point to change it up, if the cows do start making a good amount of manure and slurry, I guess we could always, at some point, maybe get ourselves a manure or slurry spreader and fertilize our fields that way. I don't think... I think the last time I really used slurry was on East Vineland when we were doing the pumps and hoses pack for fertilizing a field. I have seen farmers in real life around where I live use kind of like the pumps and hoses system on their farms for doing grass fields. There, I think this field is done. Let's scooch back over to here. Did I miss anything? A couple tiny spots here and there, but overall, I think we'll call that good. Let's go see if I can slurp up those fertilizer pallets sitting in the middle of the yard. Oh yeah, I still need to go down to the store. I'm thinking with the low loader and grabbing 3 headers. I think we got 3 headers for the root crop harvester that we need to pick up. Alright, there's one. I wonder if I got any more in storage. Johnny X Pro, when they made the map, gave us a little bit of surplus over here. I see seed. And there might actually be some fertilizer, or is that lime sitting over here? That might be lime. But no, it's fertilizer. Nope, back up a little bit more. And we'll grab what's there. So we got liquid fertilizer on top. Some herbicide, which I won't need. Yeah, the herbicide will stay there. We got some seed. So yeah, next time I use my drill, or sorry, planter, because it's a planter, we can come in here and grab the liquid fertilizer and some seed. Alright, so the next job is we'll grab the T8. And I'm going to grab our mower, or mowers, and quickly mow the grass field. We got 1 cut in last year, so if everything goes well as we know, I should get 3 cuts in this year. Nope. Pick that up. Pick that up. There we go. I think we got everything. Alright, unfold the front one. Actually, let me put that down and we'll turn it on. Unfold the rear. Not going to hit nothing, I don't think. Nope, we're good. Lower that down, and I think we need to put that... No, it was on swath dropping. If I could just leave it where it was. There we go. There we go. So, not quite 2 full trailers will get off the field. At least that's what I think it was last time. But the first one I'm going to put into the fermenting silo to make silage. And then the other one I'm going to hay. We do have about 40,000 liters of hay currently stored. I'm trying to remember the cycle last year. So we came in, of course we started in August. And I think there was sorghum in the field. And we harvested that. And we drilled it in August, so it didn't germinate until September. October, November. Yeah, so I didn't mow the grass until November. So the first growth stage was in March, April, yes, May. I usually like to mow the grass in April, July, and yeah, hit the fence. That always helps. and then October. So hopefully we can get these cycles kind of straightened out for myself. We will have some... what did I harvest last year that we got to sell? Is it soybean? I know we got some sorghum, but I held off on that just because we didn't have that much to begin with. But I think we got some soybean that we got to sell next month. June should be the best time for that. So we'll see how the animals go through the hay off this field this year. May have to purchase another similar sized field to keep up with the cows and sheep. But once we know roughly what a full pen's going to go through on both counts, then we will know. I think this is this mower set might be a little bit bigger than actually the Chrome Big M. Might be just a little bit bigger than that. But one thing I can say, it is cheaper. A lot cheaper. Actually, I can still remember the first time working in this field when I was cutting the sorghum, I was thinking about putting the grass dryer production building down here. But that's when I started learning that the hills of Tuscany, it's not, as the name says, it's not really a flat area. It's kind of hilly. And putting the production down here, one would have taken up more of the grass field than I wanted it to. And then the terrain would have looked just horrible. Wow, even the T8 going uphill. I think we do got the biggest engine that we can put into here. Yeah, just doesn't like the hills too much, but then again, who does? All right, we're going to call that good. Fold that up. Turn that off. Let's go put that away. Then we'll grab the forage wagon and pick up this grass and bring it on down to the fermenting silo and also to the grass dryer. We're starting to get the farmyard kind of squared away, knowing what where we should be parking some things. Originally when I was looking... Yep, I'm going to do that often. Originally when I was looking at the yard, I thought that these sheds were big enough for some of the big equipment. But I'm finding out it's not quite. That's why we got the bigger sheds. Gotta leave myself enough room to drop this off in here. Alright, do I have enough silage additive in the pottinger? I think so. Looks like I only used about a quarter of it last time. This one, by the way, is from the hay and forage pack that came out in the year 2 pass. For the price and what it holds, it's a good buy. Let's go ahead and zip around this field, make a couple trips down to production lane. Get some silage being made, and that way at the beginning of next month we can bring some of the silage over and start making some more TMR, because I think the cows are going to require some again very soon. Well, we actually got 2 full trailers off that field, leaving just a little bit of few scraps on there. I think what we'll do is we'll just grab the few scraps that are on the field and we'll leave it in the trailer, and the next time I come on down to production lane we can drop it off and then pick up probably the silage to go to the TMR production. Kind of nice that we can make that corner the first time I really tried it. Other than, you know, I've done it before just in a tractor on itself, but as for like a setup like this, I was like, I don't think I can make that corner. And we make it, I don't want to say with ease, but easily enough that it's doable. So you saw the first trailer load went into this silage TMR, the silage silo. Now this one's going to go into the grass dryer, and this will make hay. I got to turn both of these productions on. So while that's being unloaded, let's go ahead and go to our production buildings, and let's see, now I got to find them. Total mixed ration, no, that's not what we want. We need, well, hay. Yep, let's go ahead and turn that one on. This is going to go through that really quick. Zottelzuck's mods, they pretty much get it done in about a minute or so. And of course here we want to turn on this. Oh, that's chaff silage, sorry. We want grass silage. Don't want to turn that on. So, yep. That'll be made into silage, as we know. And the good thing is, all that silage that we're making, with the mixing rate over at the TMR mixer, that's probably going to make triple what we put in, so like maybe 120,000 liters of TMR. Once again, I probably could actually drive through the sugar beet field. I don't think that's gotten to a high enough growth stage, but I want to chance it. And I think maybe this summer or sometime soon I'll have to paint or put a road in where we've been driving, so it makes it look like we're going up and down there a lot, which we probably will be. All right, just a few pieces to grab here. If I don't grab everything, not the biggest deal. And there was a little bit there, a little patch there. We definitely got to get the big patches like the one just to our left here. So this will be ready again in August. Yeah, the pens here for animals, they don't hold a whole lot. So I don't think we're going to need that much food. So maybe 3 cuts in this grass field alone will keep up. But only time will tell. Oh, before I actually park this away, I do want to top this off with silage additive. And I think I left it over by our seed hut. I love coming by the sheep pen and hearing the little lambs bleeping away. Did I not put that over here? Oh no, it's over by the chicken. I can see it now over by the chicken pen here. Oh, I just remembered I do need to buy, though, not just a sunflower header. We got to buy a baler. And as for a bale trailer, we'll probably just use a low loader, maybe. We'll see. May have to start using the things that we do have because of the money situation that we got going on here. I just park that right against the back wall if I can. I turn the beacons off. I don't know why I turned the beacons on. It just seemed like the right thing to do because, you know, I'm going around sharp corners. And if people were coming the other way, they wouldn't see me. But I'm the only one here. Alright, let's grab the 130 once again. I should be able to fertilize the grass field right away. Actually, that field right behind us, that would be, I guess, not a bad grass. Ooh, I could actually merge it with that one. If we need more grass, that would be a good field. And which way do these gates open? I don't go this way because going through the village... Oh, they do open inward, so I can just drive through, cut here, and we're right here. So in the future, if we need more grass, we can just do the grass field there. All right, let's quickly fertilize the grass field. And yes, I do know rolling the field will give me a free fertilizing stage with the base game farming. But one, the rollers are rather expensive. And to me, this is, of course, a lot quicker. It's one of those things you just got to figure out in the long run. Am I going to spend enough fertilizer to cover the cost of a roller in fertilizing this grass field? Of course, I could get myself a smaller roller, hire a worker to do it, and I'll save myself time, but yeah, that's the way we're going to do it. It's just the way I prefer to do it. I mean, we did a little bit of rolling, honestly, on Oceanside Forest at the end, just to help out the production off the fields. I did rolling and mulching on Solyndra. And again, leave that at the full working width, and there we go. So let me just double check on a few things. Wait, is that already... That's already processed everything. That took a long time, didn't it? The silage, on the other hand, that's going to take a moment. So we have 90,000 liters of hay sitting over there, which is good. That's enough for the sheep and the cows for a little bit. Hopefully not the cows. I'm hoping the cows can just use the TMR. Actually, you know what? You should be parked over here. The Lamborghini, I thought I was going to be using that just a little bit more because it's a perfect medium-sized tractor for the farm. But just the hills are going to make it kind of more difficult because I need something a little bit more horsepower. We saw the T8. Let me just double-check on that T8. I think I do have the biggest engine in that tractor possible. No. 435. I think that's the highest we can go in that tractor. A 435, I do believe. Yeah, 435. Yeah, I don't want to have to get up to a T9 New Holland, but yeah, things could happen, but I don't think so. Let's just jump over to here and we'll see what's going on. I haven't been over here this month yet, But over here at the vineyard, yeah, we'll just jump into here, go around, and all the grapes should be on every vine now. Perfect. We do need to fertilize it, of course. Yep, they're evenly grown, which is beautiful. And we got the white grapes over there. Yeah, I think in the future we can put down some more red grapes over here. Just make sure we leave ourselves enough room so course play, when it does work, can turn around. So I may actually have to end the row of vines here. But, you know, the more grapes, the better, because we don't get that much of a yield off of grapes, and we want the grape production to kind of help us bring in some money as it is. But, yeah, we need... the one thing I'm not sure of, because we have weeds turned off, I did read that mulching gives us the stage of fertilization, so maybe the grass hasn't grown enough yet here, but we will be fertilizing with the oxbow, and we can do 4 rows at once. Ooh. Walk right on top of the vines, that will do. And our parsnip field is looking great. We don't need to fertilize that because we bought it and it had a stage of fertilization into it. So yeah, we are good to go there. Good to go there. Yeah, and just once again, doing the ridging with the planter that we got, that does not give us a stage of fertilization. So by ridging first and then planting with a planter with fertilizer in it, we don't get like stage 1 and stage 2. If I didn't have any fertilizer in the planter and I ridge the field, we get no fertilization out of it at all. So that's why we're not doing the ridging. If that wasn't the case, I would have gotten the ridger and we would have workers doing that. So yeah, white grapes and base game red grapes. We will get to that. Fertilizing next episode. We still will be in the month of May. But then after we get done fertilizing, I think we are done with the month. Oh, this does need some lime. So have to spread some lime down. That'll take just a second, really, for what we have here. I don't think this over here needs lime because we did lime the fields last year, even though we deleted them and put them back down. Yeah, it does not need some lime at all either. So these are all good, but the good news is we got all the pruning done. And we can see the grapes are going evenly. So the fields or the vineyards I'll be working on is this hill right here, because course play can't turn around up here because it's too close. And also there's a fence on the road down there I can't handle. The white grapes we have to do because course play can't figure. I think the rows are actually closer on the modded ones rather than... Yeah, just trying to see... Yeah, these look wider apart compared to the modded ones. And I think that's where course play can read the vines, the modded ones, but it only reads one row. It doesn't read them as a group, so that's why course play won't work on the modded ones. So about the only set of vines I don't really have to do work on will be these right here, as you saw last episode. But when we spray for fertilizer, I will, because course play, even though you set it up, for some reason the sprayer will get the root going. He'll pull up, and before it starts going to spray, he just sits there and doesn't move. Yeah, and the course play modders have been in touch with Giants asking questions about it, and well, right now, last I checked, there's been no answer. And of course, we got white grapes over here. But enough talking about the grapes. We'll get to that next episode. And the rest of our fields, well, we're just waiting for harvest time. And then, well, when it comes harvest time, we'll get to harvesting. That's for darn sure. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, have a good one.